Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is a sad video because I'm gonna say goodbye to this shallow tank tomorrow. Not goodbye to the tank, but to the scape, which I am quite sad about, but I will go through the reasons in this video as to why. But it's been set up, it's nearly a year now, and my kind of initial idea was to have like a pond style tank. But I've had real trouble with growing immersed growth in this tank. Underwater, as you can see, it's exploded, it's been no problem at all, to the point that it's probably taking up too much space, and the fish, I feel, don't have the swim room that I'd kind of like them to have. But it is only little chili rasboras in here, so they are only a small fish, and I think there's about 7 or 8 of them in there. So yeah, the underwater section's not really been an issue. But as we come to the immersed section, that's where the problem's sort of been, and I think I know why, so we'll kind of go through that. But the kind of plant list has been extensive in this tank, in terms of what I've tried and how many times things have failed and how much money I've probably spent on plants not growing. So I originally tried pond plants, so there was things like Ophiophagon japonica, I've probably said that wrong, and Acorus gramineus, which has still kind of survived. This is that. And as that was failing, I thought, right, well, I'll try more aquatic plants. So I tried Pogostemon erectus, no luck at all. And then I thought, well, I've had hydrocotyl grow quite well out of water before, but even then it just kind of seemed to dry up. This is Pusillus, again, just completely kind of dried up. I mean, it doesn't look, well, it doesn't look great, but I suppose it's not terrible. The moss has done okay, but it just hasn't kind of given me the lush growth that I wanted. This is a weed, that's probably the only thing that's done well. And then a few weeks ago, I just thought I'd try putting actual like tropical plants in it. So this is some kind of, I think it's like an asparagus fern. Then there's an actual fern in the back. And then there's a little earth star. And as much as I do like it, it isn't the vibe I was going for. I wanted it to be, you know, real aquatic plants more than anything, or at least pond plants. I didn't really want to go into like actual kind of like house plants, terrestrial plants. And it's just, I don't know, it's not taking off. So I just feel like I want to try something else. And I think the two biggest issues for the reason that it isn't taking off is, one, when I built this tank, there isn't actually a lot of space in the back, and it's quite hard to kind of show you that. But if we come on the side, there's not actually a lot of space, and the soil planting depth isn't very deep. So I think when I was planting these plants, by the time they were reaching the surface, they hadn't really established a brilliant root structure, and they weren't able to bring up essentially the water that they needed. And I think secondly is just in the UK, our weather is crazy, and therefore the humidity and the heat in the house is pretty crazy. So you can go from having heating on full blast because it's freezing, or having all the windows open because it's absolutely boiling in the space of a few days. So the humidity levels are just always quite crazy, and I think that's a big problem because they do need humidity to like grow, and I think that's been a bit of an issue. The heating's been on quite a lot recently, so I think that's just kind of made them dry out. So you'll have like a few weeks or a few days of success where they look like they're going well, and then all of a sudden they'll be dried out and dead. So yeah, that is why I am going to take it down. So I'm a little bit gutted because I actually think this was a great home for these chilies. They felt very, like, I've had them before. Well, some of these are the same group and they never used to come out. I think it's because they never really felt safe. And in this tank, because there is just kind of so many hiding places and things, and you know, the shrimp are breeding like crazy in here. So it's going to be really sad to take it down because this was probably, when I did it, my favourite scape. And we've got some like really healthy plants in here, which it can be used in the new scape. I'm not going to give too much away on that, but it is coming. It'll probably be the next video. Going to be something completely different. providing it goes to plan. But yeah, completely different style. It might also be not to everybody's taste, it might be a bit hit and miss. So yeah, goodbye shallow tank. It's been nice, it's been frustrating, and I've spent a lot of money on plants that have failed, and I think they're just going to keep failing, to be honest. So you kind of just have to decide, is it worth it, or do you just move on to something new? And it's just every time I look at it I get more annoyed than sort of, you know, like enjoyment from it, and I think that's a big thing. So yeah, got to do what's got to be done. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe if you're not already, that would be really nice, because as I say, the next video, it'll be the next one or the one after that, I'm not sure yet, but it'll be the build video of this.